Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
It's a Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
Never seen that.
What?
Never seen it.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, never.
Bro, that movie is right up your alley. It's so good.
That movie never intrigued me at all.
It is so damn good. Oh man, it is Jack Black and Kyle Gass just at their absolute best.
Yeah, no, like that just never hit my radar.
Really?
Nope.
I just that really perplexes me.
Yeah.
You think you know a guy?
You know a guy.
Because it's just
anyways, so about these theaters.
You know what? That's how we're starting it. No, so I've been trying to hone into just the things that we know and we love, and just, dude, like movie theaters are so special to us from growing up and like just watching, some amazing films that have come out, and just getting to, we talked about this in the Patreon episode, but our grandma Dora was always the one that would take us out to go see a good movie. Go stay at her place, after everything was done or whatever, stay the weekend. It's just, going to see things with friends, family nights of, picking out a movie that everybody can enjoy or different things. So it's, to me, I think that it's one of my favorite things about just being alive was it's like seriously, like I know I'm biased because I am a filmmaker, but like in the same, I use that term loosely. I'm mainly a, marketing guy now, but it's, I haven't written a script and made a movie out of it in a long time.
I mean, that's fair.
But no, like it's just it's a love of mine that I've had for just a long time, and being able to look back and think about it and just like, wow, like there really was a time that, I get that movie theaters are still around now, but it's not as prevalent. It's not something that a lot of people do. People like staying home. They like, unless if a movie is only coming out, in theaters that, I think that the first movie that you and I went and saw in the theaters was The Batman. Like after everything was like kind of like back in motion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah, that's right. I knew. I was like, I'm pretty sure I went and saw that. I was like, yeah, it was with you. So,
yeah.
And then I think I watched it with Meg like a week or two later. But yeah that was because before that it was basically the It movies.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
we went. Now you might have gone to another, like went and saw some more movies in between that. I know that I really didn't. So even with It Chapter 1 and then It Chapter 2, once we were done with It Chapter 2, like the pandemic kind of happened.
Yeah, that was really weird timing, how all that went down. Yeah, because I don't know. It's, to me, I think that getting to watch, number one, watch a Batman movie and have it be on one of the biggest screens that we can get it on. And, like we didn't go to IMAX, but we went to a good theater.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was still pretty damn big. So
and also that was a packed house too, and it was just like I think that's the one thing I miss the most is the fact that it's like there's hundreds of people that are all there just to watch a movie, and I know that sounds so weird, but it's like, my movie watching has kind of changed as I've grown up, but like it's more so like putting stuff on in the background if I'm doing something, whether it's like on my phone or anything like that. But I always forget about how much of an event it really is.
Sure.
Like everybody shut up and sit down and pay attention to the amazing thing that you're about to see happen that, we've all been waiting for a year or been waiting for, for 10 years because of a sequel that was worthy or something.
Right.
It's that whole idea of like, get out of my way, 5-year-olds. I've been waiting 15 years for Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
But no, I realized that I had this fascination and I wanted to just try to find either some facts about movie theaters, because we've done the, cigar facts. We did the whiskey facts. We did the beer facts. And like, I like just looking up different things, that are intriguing or like, wow, I didn't know that. And the first one was really cool because honestly, it sounds really good. And maybe some people will be grossed out by this if they don't like calamari or anything, but apparently in Korea, they serve dried cuttlefish with popcorn. And it's like, it's this thing that's like, I don't know if it's one of those where it's like they separate them like in different containers or they like mix them up or something. But when I was seeing that, I'm like, okay, well, number one, it makes sense for the culture.
Sure.
So like they make incredible food, so it's like, all right, it's awesome. But I never would have pegged that for, hey, let's go watch the new Marvel movie and get our, side of our side of Cuttlefish.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, like, I'm like, I don't know, like that sounds kind of fancy. Like
It does. But maybe they think we're weird because we eat fucking Twizzlers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
you know what I mean? Like they're like, look at these idiots.
We only eat red vines.
Yeah, right.
No,
morons.
What a nerd.
Yeah. What a Chad.
Well, because I love how that is like there's gonna be some dude out there named Chad that's gonna hear this and go, what the hell? I always feel bad whenever I'm like, I try to use like somebody's name where it's like, oh yeah, way to go, Tyler, or like something.
The biggest one that like either most people know, so we're getting off track here.
No,
when I always say like somebody's getting all Brody. And it's like people like kind of understand, but like a lot of times they're like, I don't like what? I'm trying to be tough, dude. Like
I think when I think of Brody, and I apologize to any Brodies out there that are going to listen to this, but when I think of a Brody, I think like 6'1", because he's not exactly 6'2". He's got one of those chin strap beards. He's got that spiky douchebag look. And he's definitely wearing a school jacket. Like,
of course.
And he's always benched. And it's like,
oh, man.
And he never gets to play.
That's a good one.
Never gets to play out. You're a Brody. Just sit down and shut up.
Oh, shit. All right,
man.
we need to move on before
we are canceled.
Yeah.
Okay, and I personally don't know if this one is real, but if it is, shame on all the mothers out there that are making this happen. Apparently, there is an alarming amount of mothers that are leaving used diapers underneath of seats at theaters.
Oh, I believe it.
Okay, have you ever seen anything like that? Like, what's the grossest thing that you've seen in a theater? Because I've only ever seen like gum or like food or
I really don't think I've seen anything gross per se, but the reason I believe it is I was a detailer for vehicles for many years.
Oh God.
Female, like I'm not trying to be like this is the God's honest truth, and everybody like agreed with it, even females.
Yeah.
They are disgusting. Like their vehicles are fucking garbage. Like it is one giant trash can, like 82% of the time. Like, so that doesn't surprise me. Like it really doesn't.
You ever just like how shitty of a human being do you have to be, no pun intended, to go, well, Liam's ass is clean. I'm not near a trash can. And just throw it.
Kind of. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like there are changing stations for a reason.
Oh, of course, but they don't want to miss the movie.
Yeah. Well,
or walk through everything. Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the bigger question. The biggest question that needs to be known. Why are you bringing your baby into a movie theater?
Correct.
That's like anyone that has done that. I want to know what, it's like, was it that hard to find a sitter? Was it really that hard to find a sitter?
Yeah. Or in the fact of you couldn't have waited another week until somebody was free.
Yeah. Right.
Like, yeah. Why are you bringing a baby into the theater that needs changed?
Yeah, even then you should try to like time it out to where it's like, all right, let's get a good shit before we go in. Like
time it out. What do you mean? Like, no timing anything out. It is a fucking baby, and you don't take a fucking baby to. I don't give a motherfuck if it's Barney in cartoon. You don't take a baby. No. They don't even know what is happening.
No, and wouldn't the loud noises like just scare the shit out of them? Like it's
literally.
Yeah, right. See, this is what I'm finding, that it just subconsciously just works. So there's been a lot of poo jokes this past week. So, but
no, I do believe that you would be surprised the alarming amount of female cars and just vehicles that I would get destroyed with makeups, coffee cups, clothes, melted things. Kids or not. Like, I'm not even saying they had kids. Like, they didn't even have half of these motherfuckers didn't even have kids. It was just Brenda that was 31.
We're just throwing a lot of people under the bus.
Anyway,
no, it's like, again, I try to be that guy. Like when I go to, a restaurant or whatever, like it's, to me, it costs nothing to be a nice individual.
correct.
So like, because it's one of those, like, you can tell who has worked food service before when they eat out, because it's like they like clear their plates or they stack
Eat
everything. And limited ads are now a thing. But like,
No, you're absolutely right. Like the people
yeah.
that like, clean up and do stuff like that. No, I get you.
yeah, because it's, I don't know, like to me, like I already know that, like I know what it's like at my day job whenever I have something on my mind. And I am not about to make somebody that has to deal with 12 tables, 11 of them are awful. They're not getting tipped. Like it's just, to me, I think being able to clean up your area whenever you're going out to eat or whatever, like that is one of the most respectable things that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also this mentality too, that like I try my best to, whenever I am out and doing something like that I try to at least like bless them if I can. Because it's one of those that like I'll go there with like $100 or something, and then all right, cool. Like, we're taking a couple people out, like we're having a good time.
Sure.
And, if there's $20 left that I didn't plan on spending, that will be my tip.
Sure.
So I what I usually ask them is like, hey, like, what are you spending gas every week? Or like, what are you spending gas, for the month or whatever? Like, and if it's enough that I can cover it, I try to. And I actually remember there was a young woman at our local Applebee's. This was a long time ago, but she came up and finished like, kind of clearing everything up, and she was bringing us the checks. And I remember asking her that, and she's like, no, you don't worry about that. It's like, just, whatever you want to do. And I said, no, I'm like,
Yeah.
like how far of a drive do you have? How much does it take to fill your tank? And she told me, and come to find out that it was a situation of that she was a single mom. And she was just barely making it, and actually didn't know how she was going to pay for her gas that week.
Huh.
And it's
Okay.
it's situations like that where it's like just being a decent human being.
Sure.
So it's like just at least trying to make somebody's job easier. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I understand that, movie theater floors are gross anyway, but it's just like, dude, like if you're leaving something like that, where
Yeah.
it's like, what does that say about you as a human being?
Like, dude, I'm not dropping any amount of food or anything. But you know how much I paid for that fucking popcorn?
Yeah.
You pick that shit up.
we're gonna get into that. So
Yeah.
it's on the list, but to get out of the shit topic. So, this is actually we may spend a little bit of time on this one. So apparently theater employees used to, and maybe they still do, they used to play Xbox on the big screen after hours.
Mhm.
Now I've always heard about this, but I've never actually like known anybody that did it or that was like, it's because it seems to me like it's one of those, like, it's too good to be true.
I
You know?
never knew anybody like personally that did it a lot. I knew a few people that had the opportunity or like had a buddy that worked,
Mhm.
whatever. But it also used to happen. I did it a couple of times, not in a theater, but when we would, and at B-Dubs, they would have like Halo and Madden tournaments and stuff like that.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they had like giant, bigger screen. I mean, not like a theater, but still,
Yeah.
it was kind of the same concept. But ironically, the B-Dubs was right next to the theater in Worcester
Mhm.
that people did play
Right.
on the big screen, and they would talk about it too. So yeah,
So
I never got to do it.
so that begs the question. Let's say that you hook up your Xbox
Hmm.
and you've got the night to be able to just enjoy a theater. What video game are you going to play? Because I've got a few for mine, but I'm trying to think of also doing this on such a big scale of just,
Yeah.
like what do you want to take in just properly?
See, that also like almost makes the fact of like first person shooters not really a thing because it's such a large screen you have to pay attention to around you. I don't think that would work. I think that's more so of a sports ridden like or like racing and or maybe like old school like side scrollers and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think some of those very busy games like Call of Duties, Dooms, things like that, it would be too much. It would be fun.
Yeah.
But like even like Halo, I don't know how motherfuckers did it because you have to like look all the way over here just to see if something's coming at you from the left
Yeah.
or even just at eye level.
Yeah.
because I had a buddy talk about that. He said something about the big TV in the living room because he was like, yeah, that's great. He's like, but dude, I don't know how your brother plays Doom like that because you have to look so far on a screen to make sure nobody's coming at you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it took me a second to realize, like, no, I think he's kind of right. Like, that makes sense because it's already creeping over here, but you're so focused right here because your player's 13 feet tall.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Well, it's weird because I've actually gotten quite used to it, but I also think that I don't know, like I never really pictured it that way. I always kind of looked at it like bigger is better, you know. But no, I think that if I were to have the opportunity, I think I would probably end up playing something like Death Stranding. I would probably end up playing something like especially like Planet Coaster or like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Or
it would be stuff like that. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Having that like aerial kind of view, and you know, because it's such
flight simulator.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh my god, like either that or play like Rogue Squadron from N64. Like it's like, you know, flying in TIE fighters, flying in X-Wings, you know, and like taking down TIE fighters. But
GoldenEye.
Oh, GoldenEye. I found his weakness. GoldenEye. But no, it's to me, I think that playing something like that, like you would think that I would want to play something like The Last of Us, which yes, I would love to know what that would be like in a theater experience. But I think that if I'm going to have a true big screen, you know, like possibility to be able to take in something incredible, I'm playing Uncharted 2. Dude, like that, it's third person. There's not that much to pay attention to.
Right.
You know,
exactly. Things like that would be different. Maybe I dare say like Resident Evils and Silent Hills and things like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that would probably be still relatively easy to try to pay attention to. So
I think that especially just like knowing that games are such high quality with sound design and, you know, just with doing everything, I think that there's, you know, it's like we've experienced, you know, some pretty decent things with the theater system that we have in the house, you know, with playing different games and different stuff. But it's like to that level of just knowing that this enemy is behind you or that, you know, this, you know, it's that to me, especially playing a horror game. I think that would also be a lot of fun in a theater because it like even like something like Outlast or like something like, you know, The Evil Within or, you know, like, as you were saying, like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. Especially playing Silent Hill 4, that may actually be one that I would be willing to. I would need to, you know, just, you know, have a way to, you know, take care of myself because I would actually need a diaper. I would probably shit myself.
I need to go through those games again. Like it's been so long. So yeah. I know they're fun.
Yeah, no, they're great, and it's. I just I feel like almost like having all of that, like, you know, in a theater is just like it's so much power and it's just it's like having like, you know, the noisy cricket, but it's like just the giant BFG version. Like, it's like, noisy cricket. But so trucking along here because we are going to get to some questions and things here. But this one I'm actually going to bring it up. As you can see that we are very professional. We use paper here. But this one really caught my eye because a part of me was like, you know, people are going to be bringing in drinks or they're going to be buying drinks. So like, what the hell? Movie seats didn't have cup holders until 1981.
Yeah, like, that kind of.
I just like, why? Like, I just don't get it.
The fuck you supposed to do? Just sit there like a chode? Like, you're just fucking palming it the whole time or fucking crotching. So now it's either piss warm or you look like you pissed yourself or both. So fucking great.
Oh my god.
And they still can't put a fucking light bulb in them so you can see. What?
That's incredible. I never thought about that. I never thought, hey, a light would work.
Yeah, man. Like,
because I'm like, I didn't know you could do that. Like, it's
you can't. They put lights in the fucking stairs. They can't put it in the fucking cup holder.
It might bring up the price of, you know, everything. I mean, because snacks are already ridiculous. So I don't
by
know.
Like 28 cents per seat.
It's a lot of seats.
You're gonna get a bulk discount. So I think they're fine. They'll go to Menards.
Save big money at Menards. So what this says is that, and by the way, all this stuff is from ranker.com. Link is in the description if you guys want to follow along. But this says, innovation has always been a funny thing. Leave it to the nation that figured out how to put a man on the moon before we thought about putting wheels on suitcases. The U.S. also introduced air-conditioned cinemas in the nearly 60 years before movie theaters that offered cup holders. That's right. AC in theaters is a 1920s thing.
Good.
Yeah, the more you know. So yeah,
Right.
dude.
Could you imagine being in a fucking box with 80 other motherfuckers and no AC? No.
That's just
I'm not watching somebody not yap. I can already do that on my own. Just sit by myself. I don't want to watch a silent movie in the heat.
because I like the fact that you have to sometimes take a jacket in. You know, maybe you don't because you don't get cold, but like so because you just wear a t-shirt out in the winter and you're like I'm fine. Like it's you are an anomaly to me. Like just like spicy food doesn't bother you. The cold doesn't bother you.
I mean, it bothers me. Both bother me. It just, I don't know. I can tolerate it.
you just don't care.
I've given up. I've given up on life. My heart, my soul, everything's black. My feelings, my nerves.
What was it? I think it was Matt Bellassai when he would his old show he would do was Wine About It, when he would just drink a bottle of wine and just bitch about things.
That is funny. That is really funny.
He's because he ended up having to change it later to some other name because he left the company that was doing it. But no, he did a lot of episodes in a row, and there was at one point that he because he would pour the wine into this like big ass cup, that would hold one of the whole bottle of wine.
Yeah.
He got like a quarter of the way through it and went, oh, he's like, oh, it doesn't even affect me anymore. I'm dead inside. The show where I drink and I complain about things.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the shit don't bother me really.
You ate the bomb hot sauce, looked at me and said, it's fucking gross.
I still have the video.
Yeah.
I sent it to somebody a couple weeks ago. They were like, did you really? I'm like, yeah, here, look.
Yeah, proof's in the pudding. It's
Yeah.
it's right there.
I mean, it was just fucking gross. Tastes like battery acid and vomit.
So yeah, it's fucking awful. I do not recommend it. It's
Try it. It's fun.
It's wonderful to watch people suffer,
Yeah.
but it's so when it comes to sneaking into an R-rated movie, I personally have never done it, but I do know people that have. I was just never ballsy enough to do it because I was always afraid to get caught. Like, because it's that, that whole, like, it's like, oh my God, like, what if they find out and they call my parents, because it's like, what are the reason would I be afraid to go into one? I'm underage, all that. But apparently from what this says is that there's a right and a wrong way to sneak into an R-rated movie if you're underage. And this is quite interesting because I feel like this is probably what most people would do. But I think this is also from the perspective of an employee that was like, look, off the record, this is how you can get away with it.
Right.
So essentially what this says is that while many movie theater employees admit that they really don't care if an underage kid wants to see an R-rated movie, they are a lot more likely to be cool about it if you don't risk getting them in trouble. Rather than try to present a ticket seller with your dad's ID while his manager hovers nearby, just buy a ticket for another movie that plays around the same time and take a seat for the movie that you really wanted to see instead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're really serious, the documentary filmmaker Michael Moore has devised a 5-point guide on how teens can get into those coveted R-rated flicks. So Michael Moore, but yeah, so.
I actually,
Yeah.
I had a buddy, a mutual friend of ours. We had our little routine before we went. It was the one next to the B-dubs at the movie theater, but we went around back and did our thing. And we get up to the fucking thing. He's so like out of his mind, kind of like that, like just from smoking, nothing crazy, guys, but he puts his face to the, like, not even the speaker, like where you hand the money and the ticket
Yeah.
to talk. And I forget what movie it was. It may have been Road Trip. That may have been the other time I went to see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it was because it was me and two buddies. And he was like, do we have to show you our IDs? Because one of us, I forget who was underage. It wasn't me. Maybe it was me. I don't know. Or all of us. I forget how old we were when that movie came out. But somebody was underage.
Yeah.
And that's what we were worried about. And he like blurted it out. And the person was like, well, now. Like, God damn it. And we're like, bro.
Yeah.
So we bought some bullshit tickets for some other movie, and that's exactly what we did.
Wow.
We just walked in and we're like, yep, to the right.
It's
So
in theater 7. We're going to go to theater 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget who it was that was the one that didn't have their ID or something like that, or maybe we forgot it or something like that. It was where we just didn't have it to show it, and
Yeah.
I was like, dude, why the fuck would you say that? We were in.
That's again, it's the whole Burt Kreischer "I'm leaving" thing. It's like you're so ripped out of your gourd.
Louis
that it's-
C.K..
Or no, sorry, Louis
Yeah.
C.K. Yeah, sorry.
I'm leaving.
So,
Oh
like,
shit. Okay.
But no, because I think it's one of those. I found that the more that I just play it cool in life, the easier things get.
Exactly.
It's like just like I don't
Exactly.
gotta tell everybody everything. You know?
Right,
So,
right.
that's-
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Can I?
it's-
May I have 3 to go see Willy Wonka?
Yeah, no, it's not hard to sneak into a fucking R-rated movie, man. Like it really isn't. So
Yeah, to me, it's like that was my forbidden fruit, was that I never had the ability to try that. But I will say that Mom, every good story starts with Mom. No, I don't know what movie that we went and saw, but we got done. We get out of the theater, and we're walking down the hallway, and she goes, "Hey, do you see that?"
Huh?
I said, "What? Oh yeah. Oh, Final Destination 2." And she went, "Come with me."
and
we
just walked in and sat down.
We just scooted in, and we're watching it, and we're like, because she was like, "Well, if it's over, then we can just sit in there and just wait for the next screening, and we can sit and watch it." I think I was like 9 or 10 or something when this happened, so I thought it was like really cool that it's like, "Oh, we're gonna watch a really good, gory, scary movie," and.
Mom cheated him out of $40.
So, well, hold on. We didn't get it because we're standing there, and there I am. I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's like the girl's drowning and like all this stuff's happening, and it's showing the flashbacks, and I'm like, whoa, these are really cool deaths, but they're all in blue. I want to see them normally because it's like all underwater.
Yeah.
And an employee came in and saw us and came up beside us, looked at us, shined his flashlight for a second, and went, "What are you doing?" And we went, she's like, "Oh, we're just watching the ending." And we did. We stuck around until the credits rolled, and she's like, "All right, let's go." And I'm like, so I technically got to see the ending of Final Destination 2 at a movie theater before I ever got to see the whole movie. So,
That's funny.
yeah, so
that's really funny.
Like, because like she was just like, I'm like, "What? We're just gonna come in here after we already saw one? We didn't pay for it." She's like, "So?" And I was like, "Holy shit!" So I was like, "Dude, mom's badass." I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
There's sometimes she just throws you for a curve.
Yeah, right.
Throws you for a curveball. So, let's see this. Devil Dog 22 on Discord wants to know, what was the craziest crowd that you saw at a movie?
The craziest crowd would probably see they're really movies that I would go see. There wasn't like a crowd unless it was like, maybe a drive-in per se.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to say probably the craziest crowd large would be the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, really?
And that's when I stood up and freaked out too. Yeah. So that was fun. I got like kind of, I don't want to even say embarrassed, but like flipped out in front of like 88 people hard.
That's to give some context of what was going on.
So the girl I was dating at the time, we actually I lived with them and their family. They were gracious enough to let me stay there because I was going to school like nearby and then working at Burger King where he was the general manager and blah, blah, blah. So that being said, my girlfriend's parents, we were all just like family night. He was like, "Let's go see a movie." And he was like, "Lord of the Rings." And we're like, "Okay." And I was like, "Lord of the Rings." I'm like, "Oh, like I kind of knew what this was and it looked kind of decent." So we're at the theater And it's this long ass movie, and it was great. Like, it was good. And at the end, they're like, there. And then the credits roll. Wasn't having it. Wasn't having it. I stood up and I was like, I want my fucking money back. This is bullshit. 2.5 hours. They did. That's fucking not even. What the fuck? Where's the ring going? Like, and I am irate. And Joe, the father, is sounding just like you right now. He was cackling. His wife was losing her shit. And he's like, hey, it's a trilogy. And I was like, oh, had no fucking clue. Had no idea that it was a 3-parter. I was livid. I was like, they can't do that. They can't fucking do that. There was no to be continued or anything at the end.
Just directed by Peter Jackson.
Yeah, fucking credits. I was mad. And Joe was fucking losing his mind. And he's just like, hey, bud, it's a trilogy. And I was like, oh, I'll be back in 2 years.
Sorry.
Yeah. Never went back, never seen them all, but yeah.
Are you shitting me?
I've seen the first and third.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're telling me you've never seen The Two Towers?
Not really. I've seen some of it.
Oh my God.
I've never sat down and like watched Lord of the Rings.
No shit. Okay.
I mean, I've done it with Harry Potter a few times. I have a tattoo with of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Not of Harry Potter, but the Deathly Hallows. But like, I've sat down and watched at least all of Harry Potter at least twice, like fully through and paid attention. That's one of those movies that I just always have on. But Lord of the Rings, no, I've never done that.
Man.
And I get a lot of shit for it. I've seen like the Hobbit movie once.
See, I've never watched the Hobbit movies.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's plural?
Well, there's the original Hobbit movie that they made that's kind of like animated, but it's not. But then the newest one that they did was a trilogy where they made the whole Hobbit book into 3 movies because there was like so much stuff that.
Oh yeah, see, I only saw one.
Yeah, so yeah, which I mainly I think I kind of rode the excitement of that movie because I mean that was just like Harry Potter. It was just like other big pop culture phenomenons that happened.
Was that the biggest crowds for you? Was Harry Potter's?
No, mine actually was.
That's what I was actually banking on.
See, well, mine was as far as like crazy or like insane or like big crowds. It would probably have to be either. It's a toss up. It's a toss up between the first Avengers and Avengers Endgame. Because which I would probably have to say that Endgame was the one that was the craziest. I know that from my perspective, from where I was at and what I was doing, it was intense. It was one of the greatest experiences I think I've had as a human being. And I know that's really like may sound shallow to people, but it's like, nah, dude, I love Marvel movies. I love those characters. I love everything. I love this long story that they told, and it was finally all coming together. And what actually ended up happening was that in the theater that we went and saw Endgame, in the movie, if anybody doesn't want to know anything about Endgame, if you haven't seen it yet, get out of here. So, just in case of that one person that's waiting to watch it with his girlfriend or something, so,
right.
No, it was when, Stark goes back in time, with the team and he's with his dad in the elevator. And he's like, so what's the occasion? And his dad says, oh, my wife's expecting. And what ended up happening was that the movie glitched.
Oh, yeah.
And it was for a good 30 to maybe 45 minutes. Like, oh, my wife's expecting. Oh, my wife's expecting. Oh, my wife's expecting. Like, it just kept going and going and going. And the people at the theater knew that they were in deep shit because it's like, this is Endgame. Like, this is the finale. And they... Yeah, this is a good experience. So, because we got an applause where there was not supposed to be one, because what it was that the manager came out and he said, all right, everybody, we apologize for the inconvenience. We are fixing it. We found a version that was not corrupt. And I went, I'm sorry. I'm like, you had a corrupt version of a brand new movie that is a pop culture phenomenon. But I was like, I'll let that go because they've figured out a solution. And he basically said, he's like, okay. He's like, what we can do is that we have the ability to skip to chapters. And he said, we're going to skip to the chapter right before this happens. So he's like, it's probably going to be about 20 minutes before it actually shut down, but we're very positive that it will play and we'll be fine. So the theater goes dark again after everybody like sits down and stops. Luke and I actually didn't sit back down.
Bro, it was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You got to rewatch?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Luke and I were tired of sitting down. We were like, it was like everybody was just packed in, like sardines. So like we finally just stood up on the barrier behind the, the theater that we were at. And dude, you could feel the tension. Like it was the fact that Stark sees his dad. They get into the elevator and he asks the question and it's, I was expecting. And he pulls up the flowers and the entire theater went fucking nuts. Yeah. They were like, yes, we can watch it now. Like, it's, oh my God. Like it was the most unique experience I've ever had.
Oh yeah.
Cause the first Avengers was wild because, like Hulk owns Loki. We had never seen anything like that before. It was fucking hysterical. It was so good. But just from that to the main battle of Endgame, and then just the fact that like people in the theater were shouting Wakanda forever and like Ibambe and like chanting with like the the armies and everything. Like it was such an incredible experience. And like I know that there's certain people that I've heard talk about like like when episode 1 from Star Wars, when that came out, like people were giving a standing ovation when the LucasArts logo showed up. Like, I mean, there's tons of different like theater experiences I know people have had, but Endgame is just very special. Like that was just such a wild thing. And like, I mean, the fact that it's like, like we see, Robert Downey Jr., end his, his track record on this and like, all right, cool. Like this has an end now. It's like, this is, my character's done. Like, that's so huge. And that was a very special night. Like, that was not exactly the best part of my life, but I will say that was one of the things that like I held on to that I was like, nah, dude, that was amazing.
Well, sure. Right. No, I get you, man.
Yeah. It's insane to me. But to end this, because we have to talk about snacks. We have to talk about movie theater snacks. These are so important. If we're going to go to a movie theater, you have to at least get something or enjoy something to at least, get yourself through the movie. And Little Pixie Nerd asks a very simple question. What snacks are a must? Popcorn, sweet or salty? And what's your favorite place to sit? Up front, far back, or somewhere in the middle? And I gotta say, I love cookie dough bites, dude. That is my main thing. Like popcorn, obviously, but I will actually let go of popcorn if I can get a pack of cookie dough bites and just sit down and watch a movie. That is that is my thing. Like I'm not a Milk Dud guy. Like I don't like how they feel on my teeth. I'm not. But there's just something like I feel like I'm just breaking every rule. It's like it's chocolate covered cookie.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Oh no, it's definitely a must. Snow Caps, Milk Duds, Reese's Pieces, and Reese Cups.
Oh.
But and then sweet popcorn if they have like kettle corn, like or kettle popcorn. But because regular theater popcorn tends to sometimes give me a headache.
Oh, really?
Just like, I don't know if it's the butter or like whatever it is, but, and then a cherry Pepsi.
Oh, wow.
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
They don't have cherry Pepsi. I'm not going.
That's
but no, bro, those are like a must. And if you have to like pick one, like it's hard, but like I usually try to go like the diabetes route and just all of them. Like I'll spend like even if I sneak it in, like I'll spend $20 on snacks. I'll be a fat ass for that movie. Like that's like, and peanut M&Ms. Like you got to, dude. Like you got to. So that's my go-to.
God, that's because there's something about like because I always try to make sure that I can make it last through the previews, but usually I'm like when the credits are done in the beginning, that's when my cookie dough bites are gone, and then I'm always like, oh damn it.
I know that's why you need a plethora of. That's why you need snacks, plural.
So yeah, I mean,
you need like 4 things of cookie dough bites.
That's too much.
No way, dude.
You're
movieing wrong. You're movieing all wrong. And back or middle.
Oh, I would.
I'm saying like back or middle is my kind of thing.
Yeah, because is that because of sound, visual, or is it because of everything? Like what makes you want to choose those two places when you're in a theater?
Oh, like it really is like I want to see everything. I kind of want to be private in a sense. Like, you know, a lot of times people don't go for a like kind of further back. Like they try to stick to a certain spot. Not me. I'll be like, oh, cool. I'm going to go right the fuck back here and kick it. So yeah.
But you can put your feet up, you know, you can
catch a headpiece real quick. Like
there was actually some questions on Discord that they were like, oh, like, you know, what are some naughty things you've done? I'm like, number one, I have no stories.
I got stories.
I mean, do you want to divulge one? No,
we don't got time.
It's also, again,
I gotta pee.
No, it's I tried the sitting in the front row a couple of times.
Me
just
too.
To see what it's like, because there's a part of me where I'm like, oh, I'm so close to the screen, it should be great. And when
there is a certain aspect where like it's all right, but yeah,
it's to me. I found that I was just like, oh my god, like I my neck is killing me. You gotta look straight up.
This is great.
Yes, it just
Batman looks so real.
I can see his nose hairs.
Yeah.
But I tend to be a back row guy. Like that's really where I like to be.
Right.
And it's either that or I'm going to be in the front row of the middle section where the bars are in front of me that I can put my feet up.
So are you one of those fellas that shows up like 42 minutes early because you want to make sure you get that middle section row to where you're like, all right, well, nobody's going to be here, so I better get first dibs.
I'm pretty strategic. Yeah.
Are you a Sheldon where you're like, oh, sorry, you had it right the whole time.
The acoustics are important. Like it's,
yeah.
The only thing I don't necessarily like, and it happened to us when we went and saw Batman, which again I was gonna suck it up because we're literally watching Batman. So, but when I'm on one side or the other, that always bothers me. I feel like and it's so dumb because it's like the screen is so big, like. You can see everything.
But you are like at a fuck you angle sometimes.
Because it's like there's that part of me where I'm like, I'm missing everything that's happening over here. It's like, no, you're not. It's IMAX. Just look around. But no, I don't know. Like there's something to me, like there's something to me about like it's very peaceful, like being in the back row, because it's one of those that you can see the people that are coming and going. You know, it's like you can kind of get a feel for like the traffic if you do need to use the restroom. You know, you don't have to worry about somebody like coming up behind you or like pushing you down the steps accidentally. And if it's happened, like I've tripped. I think maybe it was all just me, but yes, it's dark. I can't see. But no, it's to me, it's that is the place where it's just like I feel like that there's just no rules and you can just do anything, So, but again, that's again, I'm in no close proximity to be like, I want to go to a movie theater to try things out. I'm like, I literally want to come here to watch a movie.
Right?
Like,
exactly.
So it's like I'm here to see the next great John Wick movie or something.
I actually had to like tell somebody that once. I was like, nah, bitch, like I'm trying to watch a movie. like I paid $9 for this.
Yeah, that other thing may be free, but that can happen anywhere. Right. It's like this
on the ride home. Fine. Like, all you want. Right now, get a popsicle or something.
Do they have popsicles in movie theaters?
It was a phallus joke, dude.
No, I know. I was like, I had to think about that. I'm like, are there any like fruity pops or like anything like that? If not, then it would probably give the diapers a run for their money. So, but
just penis joke though. That's all.
Oh my god. But this has been our.
Well, we should end it on that
penis joke. That's where it should be. So, but guys, this has been our movie theater episode. I'm not sure exactly what the title will be yet. It'll either be movie theater facts or secrets or just movie theaters, or something. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you did the entire time, leave a comment. Let us know what you would like us to talk about next. Let us know what you liked about this episode, and we will definitely catch you in the next one. But before then, Eric, do you have anything you would like to say to our audience before we officially sign off until the next episode?
Sneak in all your candy, but still buy popcorn.
There it is. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Adios.